Any set? Ready? Srinath. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can get comfortably seated. We'll begin in a minute. Thank you very much. At this point, I'll just request you to turn off your mobile phones, if possible. Can one of the volunteers check if anybody is outside, and can please request them to join inside? Everybody can come in. Thank you.
Not now, but after you.
Thank you. Good morning, all, once again. Before we begin the valedictory function, a very, very warm welcome, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, Secretary to the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and patron of this conclave, DSTQI. I request our President, JNCASR, to greet Dr. Chandrasekhar with a bouquet of flowers and a small token of appreciation. Begin my welcome and summary of the conclave. Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, Secretary to the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and patron of this conclave. Professor G.U. Kulkarni, President, JNCASR, and mentor of this conclave, Dr. Pralay Santra, Co-Convenor, SCO-Young Scientist Conclave, Dr. S.K. Varshney, International Division DST, and mentor of this conclave, all the dignitaries from India and rest of the SCO countries who are joining us online and in person, the conclave committee, administrative support team, technical support team of JNCSR, Dr. Arvind Kumar and Dr. Mahek Garg from DST, all the country coordinators and participants of this conclave who are in person and those who have joined us online, and viewers from all across the globe, a warm welcome. I am Ravi Manjithaya, Associate Professor at the Department of Molecular Biology and Genetics Unit here in JNCSR, and also the convener of the second SCO Young Scientist Conclave. It has been an exhilarating 5 days of the second SCO Young Scientist Conclave meet with diverse set of experiences in terms of research themes, participation, scientific and cultural exchanges. I hope you all agree. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization is an intergovernmental organization, the creation of which was announced in Shanghai, China on 15 June 2001 by the Republic of Kazakhstan, the People's Republic of China, the Kyrgyz Republic, the Russian Federation, and the Republic of Tajikistan. Apart from Uzbekistan and 5 other countries that have been part of the Shanghai Five, constituted in 1996 by China to address border security issues with 4 of its neighbors, the cooperation was renamed to Shanghai Cooperation Organization after Uzbekistan joined the organization in 2001. On 9th June 2017, India and Pakistan were inducted as full members in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The main focus of the organization lies on building cooperation with international and regional organizations. In the framework of SCO Young Scientist Forum, the first SCO Young Scientist Conclave was organized in virtual mode in India during 24 to 28 November 2020, aimed at bringing together innovative young minds from the member states onto a common platform to discuss various scientific ideas. It was held in CSIR, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, CSIR, IICT, Hyderabad, in a virtual mode owing to the prevailing pandemic at that time. Everyone will agree that an in-person or even hybrid mode of meeting is way better in terms of interaction. We have had a resounding participation from young scientists joining us from all over the SCO map, as shown here. The red pins denote all the universities, institute, and research organizations that have presented their work in this conclave. The conclave began on 6th February 2023 at 10:20 a.m. IST at JNCSR, Bengaluru, with an invocation song presented by the students of the center during its inaugural session. Ravi Manjithaya, JNCSR, yours truly, convener second SCO-YSC, welcomed all the delegates. All SCO country coordinators present in the venue were invited for lighting of lamp to mark the beginning of the conclave. In the opening remarks, Professor G.U. Kulkarni, FNA, President JNCSR, thanked DST for entrusting the center with the responsibility of hosting the event. He mentioned that the conclave evoked delightful participation from the member states with over 60 scientific talks scheduled for the event, both online and in person. Dr. Pralay Santra from the Center for Nano and Soft Matter Sciences, Bengaluru, and co-convener of the second SCO Young Scientist Conclave presented the program outline. SCO country coordinators also presented their addresses, which was moderated by Dr. Arvind Kumar, Scientist F, International Cooperation Division DST, Government of India, co-convener second SCO-YSC. The country coordinators who presented their addresses are Ms. Valeria from Russia, Ms. Nazarov from Uzbekistan, Ms. Diliara from Kazakhstan, and Mr. Wong Kong from China. They emphasized on various ways and avenues by which the young scientists may foster research collaborations in this event and in the future. They also wished all participants success in their research. In the address from Secretary General, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Mr. Jiang Ming expressed his hope that the work done by young scientists will promote research, education, science, and technology. This collaborative research may help in bringing up the social and economic status of the member states. Shri Damu Ravi, IFS, Secretary ER, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, presented his message for this conclave. He wished that all interactions during this conclave will create a significant pool of young talent which will help in bringing about impactful changes. In the inaugural address was presented by Dr. Jitendra Singh, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Government of India. He highlighted that SCO brings together the colorful and distinctive cultures of Central and South Asia and promotes mutual assistance and team spirit. In the inaugural session concluded with words of thanks by Dr. S.K. Varshney, Head, International Division, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The conclave was conducted on 5 major themes. Technical sessions began on day 1 with theme on artificial intelligence and big data research and application, which had 12 talks from participants who joined online and in person from 4 SCO member states, followed by a thematic discussion among all theme participants and chairs, Professor Santosh Anshumali, EMU, JNCASR, and Dr. Sunil Sherlekar from Sankhya Sutra Labs, Bengaluru. During the thematic discussions, scientists expressed the need for data sharing and collaborative research among researchers from SCO member states in this area for a better data validation and for developing advanced AI algorithms. The technical sessions 3rd and 4th were dedicated for 12 talks on sustainable energy and energy storage theme spreading across day 1 and day 2. In this theme, speakers joined from 5 SCO member states in which they presented their works ranging from development of new materials, technology development such as palladium-based alloys for hydrogen separation, biogas, and optimization of batteries used in electric mobility vehicles in cities. Thematic discussion was chaired by Professor B.L.V. Prasad and Dr. Ramakrishna Mate from Center of Nano and Soft Matter Sciences, Bengaluru, wherein scientists dwelled upon how to develop local solutions for global problems. In day 2, the theme on disease biology and healthcare was discussed in technical sessions 5 and 6. In these sessions, 14 young scientists presented their talks from 4 SCO member states, presented their ongoing research in this research area. During the thematic discussion, they also discussed areas of future collaboration that may aim to develop affordable diagnostics and identify region-specific biomarkers through interdisciplinary research in the SCO member states. Thematic session was chaired by Professor Hemlata Balram and Dr. Kushagra Bansal from Molecular Biology and Genetics Units, JNCASR. Day 3, technical sessions 7 and 8 were on agriculture and food processing, in which 14 young scientists presented their talks from 5 SCO member states who talked about various areas of this theme, such as satellite imagery for moisture detection and natural resource management, use of natural products for crop management, and many such frontier areas. The thematic session was chaired by Dr. Kesavan Subharan from ICAR NBAIR Bengaluru and Dr. V. Sridhar from ICAR IIHR Bengaluru. The emphasis on the thematic areas was to explore how the expertise from other domains such as AI, disease biology, etc. may help in developing a holistic solution to address issues in the domain of agriculture. On day 4 and today, that is day 5, the thematic area on environmental protection and natural resource management was taken up in sessions 9, 10, and 11. In these sessions, 15 scientists presented their work from several SCO member states who discussed interesting insights from their research work in the areas such as sensitive detection for environmental hazardous materials, solutions for CO2 reduction in atmosphere, seismic hazard assessment, effective methods of seawater desalination and contamination absorption, and many more. The thematic session was chaired by Professor M. Ishomurthy and Professor Sebastian C. Peter from JNCSR. One of the main highlights of the talks was the highly interactive thematic discussion sessions, which were very popular, I must say. These sessions were moderated by 2 expert chairs who initiated, stimulated, and guided the various topics that impacted research and various aspects associated with research atmosphere, infrastructure, collaborations, and personal exchange and funding opportunities. The whole gamut of ideas was exchanged during these sessions. What distilled from such exchanges is that there is a strong need to have a platform for interactions to evolve collaborative projects and seek funding. There is also a strong need for exposure on various research-related activities and thrust areas of individual participating member countries. The country coordinators have pledged to work together to chart a way forward, given the excitement and interest among all the participating countries. All the talks were live streamed on YouTube with widespread social media and press coverage. Apart from the immersive scientific conclave, participants also got to experience the vibrant campus of JNCSR, including a visit to the Chemical Heritage Exposition and state-of-the-art facilities in JNCSR. They were also able to visit other scientific institutions such as NCBS and INSTEM. In addition to these scientific activities, the participants also indulged in an absorbing Indian culture in the form of visiting a rural model village where they got an opportunity of interactive art and culture and exploring gastronomic delicacies of India, particularly of South India, the banana leaf lunch. This concluded with an evening of wonderful performance by the Drishti Art Center, Bangalore. What is endearing about the whole conclave meeting is that all participants were very cordial, highly participative, and greatly embarrassed the ambience and proceedings of the conclave at JNCASR. I would like to have a big round of applause for all the participants themselves. Thank you. Thank you. The big question everyone wants to know as to what is the way forward. Participants have already forged collaborative associations, exchanged ideas, phone numbers, emails, names, and so on, and would very much like to explore opportunities to work together. Everyone wants to know what are the next steps and the available future platform for facilitating project submission and so on. I believe in the next exciting session, country coordinators led by Dr. Arvind Kumar ji here will shed some light on the process. In the end, I will be failing myself if I do not thank some of the people that were specially involved in this process and were available 24/7. I must say that there's an elaborate vote of thanks capturing everyone who did contribute to this process, but just hear me out on this one. Foremost is Professor G.U. Kulkarni, who put his trust and faith in me to be a convener for this mega conclave. I hope I have lived up to your expectations, sir, and for this has been a very big learning curve watching you conduct and execute meticulous planning and execution. Not to forget how to handle personal related frustrations and exasperations. But you will see that while he's there in that one of the pictures working 8 o'clock on Sunday, working with us, and I was goofing around taking pictures while he was doing all the hard work with Pralay. But he's an excellent swordsman. He knows how to get the work done in a very gentle manner, and you can see there enjoying his cup of tea with a big sword in his hand. It was very, very educative for me, sir. Thank you so much. Not to forget how to handle, next in is the co-convenor, Dr. Pralay. And although we are from neighboring institutes and we are actually scientists, and generally scientists, when they meet, they start exchanging scientific ideas, interactions, and about the work. The SCO conclave was so massively consumed us that we have not spoken about our science, and actually, I don't know what you are working, and I think you also don't know what I'm working on. Okay, so we have some catching up to do. Navonita and Nandkumari, along with the President's office, were the backbone of doing all the work that has gone into making this as smooth a thing as possible. And as it happens in most cases, faculties only resort to their lab members for volunteering help. And finally, my lab members, who I hope will forgive me for selfishly dragging them as volunteers, without whom I would not have been able to stand here. I also express my sincere thanks to all the volunteers from Professor Kulkarni's lab and also from Christ University for spending so much of their time and efforts. Thank you everyone for making this conclave a grand success. Now Dr. Arvind Kumar from the International Cooperation Division, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and the country coordinators who are present here and online will give us the feedback, and we look forward to hearing from them. Dr. Arvind Kumar ji. इसी में है कोई
So thank you, Dr. Ravi, for giving me the opportunity to moderate the feedback session, and good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to thank Secretary DST for agreeing to grace this auspicious occasion of valedictory function despite his busy schedule and hectic schedule, and I thank you, sir, for coming here from Delhi to attend this function. As a host country, I would like to reiterate that India attaches very high importance to SCO. After becoming SCO full member in 2017, India becomes signatory of SCO-SNT agreement. We participated in all meetings since then and volunteered to take the leadership role for the SCO-Young Scientist Forum. The SCO-Young Scientist Forum becoming one of the important platforms for sharing cross-cultural ideas and showcasing each other's research. We have received an overwhelming response and cooperation from all member states. There is a huge interest and enthusiasm among the participating researchers. There is a need to maintain this interest. However, the challenges is from here onward how we move forward. So in this regard, I have some suggestions based on my experience working under the multilateral platform. First thing is that we have to maintain our contact and each scientist who are participating here may invite to each other in their respective institute. Second is that SCO, Scientific Ministry and Department may announce joint call for proposal on regular basis in which the young scientists may participate. So in this regard, I would like to update that the SCO member state has agreed for a co-funding arrangement in which there will be provision for the collaborative project in which you young scientists may participate. Third is that we have developed a dedicated website for SCO Young Scientists Conclave. So any opportunity such as workshop, training, joint call should be shared by the member state and it should be uploaded on the website so that you can get the information on the real time. And there should be also the provision for kind of feedback and query where you can put your query and question and the participant who will be the alumni of that of our consortium anyone can reply. And the fourth, what I am suggesting is that since it is a multilateral platform and lot of diversity, cultural and language barriers, we are always facing some kind of problem in communicating. So the country coordinator may meet on regular basis to take forward the agreed activities. So these are some of my suggestions based on my experience and involvement in this platform. There is a lot of opportunity and scope for young scientists to explore new avenues of the joint activities. I take this opportunity to thank all country coordinators for their full cooperation for successfully organizing this event. Now, I would like to invite some of the coordinators who are present here, either in person or online, to give their feedback. So in this regard, first of all, I would like to invite Ms. Uranova Dilayara from Kazakhstan. She is Deputy Director of Geology and Petroleum Engineering Institute and representing Ministry of Science and Education from Kazakhstan. So Ms. Dilayara, please.
I'm Dilara Urmanova, representing the Republic of Kazakhstan. I would like to wholeheartedly thank all the participants, the organizing committee, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, for the organizing such a great event. During our first visit to India, we were able to see the hospitality and warmth of an unforgettable, beautiful India. Each participant received an unforgettable impression of the visit, where we were able to find his like-minded person in the scientific direction. remembering a wonderful, authentic banana leaf lunch in the style of southern India, a city tour, a delightful concert of a Sangam dance ensemble, visits to scientific laboratories, a wonderful open-air dinner, and much more. It is necessary to note the high level of organization of the entire event as a whole. The active discussions of the participants of the section led to the formation of the topics of future joint international projects, which in turn will lead to the development of industry and civil infrastructure of the SCO members, state represented. I would like to emphasize the tremendous work and efforts of a huge number of people, the Government of India, the Ministry of External Affairs, the Ministry of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, the Scientific Center JNCASR, professors and volunteers. The great importance of this event is also necessary given the long break after the restriction of COVID, where scientists were finally able to return to the classic type of conference and communicate in person. I believe that every participant of the conclave of young scientists felt themselves at home in India. And I was able to feel the continuous connection of cooperation and friendship between states. I hope all the participating countries have come to productive results for future successful cooperation. With wishes of success, prosperity to India from Kazakhstan. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dilyara, for your kind words and valuable suggestion. Now, I would like to call upon Mr. Wan Kong, Director, Division of Eurasia Affairs, Ministry of Science and Technology, China. He is joining us online.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Distinguished Dr. Chandrasekhar, Secretary Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, distinguished Dr. Arvind, dear heads of delegations, SCO colleagues, young scientists, ladies and gentlemen. The second Shanghai Cooperation Organization Young Scientists Conclave is coming to a close. I cherish the opportunity to meet you again online, and I'm glad to talk about my experience of attending the events. In the past 5 days, this conclave held a series of technical sessions in the fields of agriculture and food processing, environmental protecting, and natural resource management, and so on. Music show and scientific and cultural visits were also organized. The performance, the delegates, experts, young scientists was very impressive. They made wonderful lectures and various communication discussion, which make our event be filled with the light of wisdom, permitted with youth breeze, showing the elegant demeanor of the scientific community. I'd like to applaud the young people for their open and cooperative attitude, realistic and pragmatic scientific spirit, and wonderful STI presentation. The current situation makes us realize that we need more outstanding scientists come up with evidence-based innovative approaches and technologies to address common challenges. This is an era in which it is increasingly necessary to respect, trust, and rely on STI. Your performance has given me confidence in the future and earned me respect. Besides, the conclave achieved fruitful results. First, it has promoted mutual understanding and communication among young scientists in different fields and enhanced technology. The young scientists have many original ideas. Different academic views are passed on and exchanged here for common improvement. Second, it has created a good atmosphere for young scientists to grow up and play their roles better. More similar activities should be held so that more people will pay attention to STI issues and support youth innovation. Third, it provides opportunities for young scientists to find field research partners. I hope you will keep in touch with the friends you have made during this event and turn your friendship into a practical scientific partnership soon. On behalf of the Chinese side, I would like to express again our sincere thanks to organizers and the technical staffs for their top job and the strong support. I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to all the delegates for their excellent performance. I wish you good health, good luck in everything, and greater achievements in STI. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wan, for your kind support and valuable remarks. Next is Ms. Valeria Sidorenko, Ministry of Science and Higher Education, Russia. Please.
So, dear distinguished ladies and gentlemen, SCO country coordinators, dear delegates, scientists, and innovators, dear colleagues. On behalf of the Russian Ministry of Science and Higher Education, it's a great honor to say some feedback on about our amazing conclave. First of all, I would like to warmly thank India for organizing such a great event at very high level. Thank you very much. We all really appreciate Indian incredible hospitality, and we really enjoyed this event, especially within your SCO presidency. I would like also to thank our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which joined us some minutes ago. Thank you very much, colleagues, and which always helps us to keep good relations with our neighbors and enhance cooperation and promote scientific agenda. I would like also to thank all of you, all delegates, all volunteers, young scientists, young innovators. Thank you very much for your participation, for your high inspiration during these days. The second Young Scientist Conclave has proved that there are a lot of talented people, a lot of talented youth people with many innovative ideas, which are very interesting and which they can really bring to our everyday life. So it was amazing to listen to all of you, to listen how you speak about your current researches. It's very interesting to share different projects from the different parts of our world. But despite of this fact, we are still united by common passion for science. And you know, today in Russia, we celebrate Diplomats' Day. It's really a great celebration for us. And I think that science is not a new kind of diplomacy, but nowadays it's becoming more and more popular, more and more important. And many of defining challenges of our century right now have scientific dimensions. And no one country, of course, will be able to solve all problems just by its own. It's really necessary to be united. And of course, the tools, the techniques, and every tactics maybe of foreign policy nowadays need to be adapted to a world of increasing scientific and technical complexity. So we believe that your research work really will be continued jointly And this project, which were created for these days, will be continued in the nearest future together, maybe not even within the SCO countries, but even more. So keep up the spirit and enjoy new contacts and further collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Valeria, for very insightful comments. And now, Mr. Shahrukh Nazarov, International Cooperation Division, Ministry of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, Uzbekistan.
Okay, no, not that. Is it finished?
Greetings to President Professor Kulkarni, Secretary, Dr. Chandrasekhar, Dr. Arvind Kumar, and Dr. Ravi, dear SCO country coordinators, participants, young scientists, organizers, and volunteers, ladies and gentlemen. The theme of the second year's conclave of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, shaping SCO science, technology, and innovation partnership and young science perspectives, is more relevant today than ever. Furthermore, SCI and our youth are becoming one of the most important resources for economic growth in our countries, which are at the heart of all rapidly developing process. Dear conclave participants, today's event is a great platform for exchanging views and forming common approaches and adjusting our development programs. You know, conclave themes consist of 5 significant topics like agriculture, environmental protections, artificial intelligence, sustainable energy system, biology, and healthcare. They are relevant on these days, and our scientific research and achievements shows the significance of chosen thematics. Dear participants, it's true to say that this second conclave is another important step towards strengthening the unity of the SCO and the prosperity and well-being of our people. It should be mentioned that the conclave is not only about science, but also about friendship, connectivity, respect, as well as, and mentioned several times, the elimination of any form of discrimination. In addition, I agree with previously our SCO country coordinators and dignitaries of such and organizers of their proposal and ideas. As on behalf of our Uzbekistan government and Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovations, we are ready to cooperate in the sphere of the science, trainings, internships, startup ecosystem, cooperate in the arts, and we are on the process to develop and expanding our cooperations. I'm delighted to invite you with honor to our country, Uzbekistan, and our delegates prepared a short video. It's kind of like, if you have time, it's a pleasure for me. To everyone who wants to come to our country to make joint research projects and traveling tourism and just friendship. Could you play this one? You need audio also.
Yes, we'll do this.
Да, показывай, на плей нажмешь.
Сейчас он звук подключит.
Или пойти сюда поделать с командой.
No, no, no. Here.
Okay.
Yes, I will. Okay, so ready?
A lot of persons ask how is the Uzbekistan. I would like to go, and it's kind of like our delegates would like to show how is it, and we are open for all of you scientists, even everybody could come to our country. We are inviting all of them, and in conclusion, that knows that on this May summit of our ministries will be on the STI, and they will be honored with our scientists, researchers, and they will be proud of the result of the conclave. And it's kind of open new horizons for our research, youth, and countries. And taking this opportunity, I would like to thank all organizers, dignitaries, secretary, our friends, especially Dr. Ravi, Kulkarni professor, everybody I would like, and volunteers, everybody I could say my gratitude, thanks. And as mentioned before, our culture and history is like together and similar. It's the best from the past beginning. And actually from the hospitality, our delegates prepared some kind of gifts, hospitality, like memorial things, small things for right now, for the memories. Some of them they will get rest around lunch. Miss Parno and others. Thanks a lot. Отдать? Да. Да, давайте все, дайте.
Thank you, Mr. Nazarov, for your very critical and enthusiastic remarks and also very nice video. and thanks for all these. We thank all of you for your valuable feedback. We look forward for feedback from other participants too through email. I hope the organizer have sent you the feedback form, and we look forward for your feedback. Last but not the least, on the behalf of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, I thank Professor Kulkarni, President JNCR, for agreeing to host this conclave in JNCR campus. We are also thankful to his entire team, including Dr. Ravi, Dr. Pralay, Mr. Navonita, and other staff of JNCR. So we are thankful to all of you. And now I hand over the proceeding to Dr. Ravi. Thank you.
Okay, we have a surprise, I think, video from another video that we're going to look at before we get started. I know, but that other country, Conclave. Yeah. It's a short one, I'll make it very quick. Yeah. Shall we, is that okay if we play the video in the end? We just have to find up our time. We'll do that. Thank you so much, for, Dr. Arvind Kumar. May I now request Professor Kulkarni, President JNCASR, to give his remarks on the proceedings of this conclave.
Thank you, Ravi. Dr. Chandrasekhar, Secretary to Government of India, Department of Science and Technology, Dr. SCO-YSC, Head International Cooperation Division, DST, Dr. Ravi Manjithaya, Dr. Arvind Kumar, DST, Dr. Pralay Santra, SCO country coordinators, participants from the SCO member countries, colleagues, students, and staff. I cannot believe that this is coming to an end. You know, I must say, Dr. Chandrasekhar, last 5 days we had quite a festive atmosphere on the campus, and today we need to conclude that. And on the closing day, I'm glad that we have our colleague who is also secretary at the government level, heading the Department of Science and Technology. He's with us today, in spite of his hectic schedule. I'm not saying as a matter of formality. In fact, I was GPS tracking him yesterday, where all which flight he took, where he went, what meeting he conducted, and all that. Finally, to drag him here to be with us, we're extremely thankful to you. In spite of your busy schedule, you are with us. From what I have seen and what I have gathered from the participants and conveners, I must say that this conclave has been quite a success. Each of you were rather forced to give small talks, 8-minute talks, pre-recorded. Initially, we had lots of queries. I'm coming, should I still send the video? So we said, please send it, because we knew the intricacies of the logistics, and you kindly obliged. That's how we could run a smooth program. Nonetheless, I think you had enough opportunity for Q&A, thematic discussions, personal interactions, all that, right? I hope you agree with me. And I did listen to most of the talks, either sitting here or in my office while I parallelly, these days meetings you handle parallelly, right? So I was, one screen I was listening to the talks, and also I was conducting my office affairs. And most of them were, really, all of them were actually in quality and all that. Fantastic, actually. So this is something to be proud of, because we hosted this conference. And the secretary doesn't have time. He's rushing for another event. And I don't want to stand in between him and you. Just that before I hand over, I would like to introduce him to you. I mean, most of us know him very well. He's a very renowned scientist. Prior, he was at IICT, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, Hyderabad, where he conducted his research as well. Prolific, I must say, well-known organic chemistry, in practicing in diverse areas of chemistry, particularly in chiral chemistry and total synthesis of biologically active natural products. When he entered, actually, he had his favorite session going on. So he sat and listened to a couple of talks. And, you talk about publications, 322 patents with thousands of citations. 80 students have obtained PhD under him, and he has 20 students currently pursuing PhD. I did visit his group a couple of months ago. A huge battalion approached him, a set of students. So he does find time. I think almost every Saturday he's there to discuss with students. He's still very much connected in spite of his government responsibilities. And obviously he has many recognitions and accolades in his basket. I must mention only a few of them, sir. C.V. Raman Birth Centenary Award, Infosys Prize in Physical Sciences, AstraZeneca Research Endowment Award, and the list goes on. I'm sorry, I don't have time at all. And of course, he's a fellow of all the science academies in India. And I must say, DST has grown from, to a new strength under his leadership in the last 2 years or so. Apart from giving the required boost to technology, innovation, taking basic science to technology. Yesterday we were together for 2 hours during dinner, and he was really questioning about how we can take up this, technology frontier ahead, whether it is to do with climate change, energy, environment, and also commercialization. So he goes around the country asking many institutional heads and scientists how we can take our inventions forward. Thank you, Dr. Chandrasekhar. And he's also shouldering lots of responsibilities internationally. His international cooperation division is very, very active in linking with other countries. And of course, with SCO, and he's also doing lots of things with the G20. We are extremely thankful that he's here today with us. And with this little note, I must now request the Secretary to give his valedictory address. Dr. Chandrasekhar.
Thank you, Professor Kulkarni, for welcoming you here and the kind words. I'm extremely happy that I'm able to come and interact with all of you today for a short time at least. I'm also grateful to Honorable Minister who has addressed all of you during the opening ceremony, and he has conveyed his message to all of us. And sincere thanks to JNC that you have taken the responsibility of hosting SCO member country friends. Actually, it's very easy to host the youngsters, unlike hosting the oldies like me. So I'm sure it was an easier job to host the young colleagues here. We are happy that the topics chosen by all of you for the last 5 days cut across what the planet needs. And I've been going to the program sheet when I was passed on to it. I've been talking of the environmental protection, natural resource management. You have been talking on vaccines, health for all of us, agriculture. I think it has been an outstanding themes which have been chosen for the discussions. We have just come out of the pandemic. Hopefully, we will not get into another one. But it's very critical for all of us learning lessons from the COVID pandemic. How we are future ready. We all know that we were caught unguarded and that created a catastrophe, but India stood like a rock. Not only we made vaccines for ourselves, we gave vaccines to many member countries, including SCO members. India has produced almost 30 or 40% of the world's requirement through a company in Pune and a company in Hyderabad. I'm also happy that I was party to one of those vaccines when pandemic hit all of us. And adjuvant what we made really has boosted the quality of Bharat Biotech vaccine, which made a preferred vaccine for all of us. Having said that, it's important that we should all be ready for the future pandemics. Pandemics may be in the form of viral challenges, which we have seen. Who knows, tuberculosis is on our neck. At least 30% of the global population have mycobacterium infection. But because of our immunity, we don't express those symptoms. Who knows, that will be a big challenge. As our greenhouse gases increase and the global warming is happening and we need the kind of air quality pollutions we have, who knows, the lung disorders will be another challenge. So you're all young colleagues. I'm sure most of you are below 35, very much below 30 also. And you are going to see this planet for longer than the older people like me or Kulkarni. While our generation has done reasonably well to pass on the baton to your generation, it's your responsibility that you pass on a better planet to your next generation. No one owns this planet. We're only custodians. And as a custodian, it's our job to protect the property has been given to you and pass on to the next generation. I do believe that these young scientist conclaves bring the like-minded country friends together, interact, share the knowledge, wealth, and see that how the science, what we develop, is not restricted to one institute or one city or one country. Science has no boundaries. I believe science has no boundaries not only within the planet, it is also planetless. We are able to see into Mars, we are able to see into Moon, and we know what's happening on the Mars. So science has taken us beyond the boundaries of the planet. So we have to talk of interplanetary connectivities now. What wealth is available elsewhere. Also, when we look at the global challenges, we have seen the catastrophe of what happened in Turkey and Syria. As SCO member countries, we express deep condolences to these two countries who have lost over 20,000 lives. I've seen that all our SCO member countries are helping. Our teams are there helping these countries to recover faster. But now the science has to predict when earthquake happen so that we can move people away from those earthquakes. I think science has not matured to that level that we can predict an earthquake. I'm told we can predict a tsunami because tsunami begins with an earthquake in the middle of a sea. And then you get 3 to 4 hours time before the seashore water comes onto the land and we can evacuate the people and save their lives, which we cannot do for the earthquakes. So what is that we have to do? To do our science, how you monitor the planetary motions and see that we can really give alerts to save the lives. We also know that energy is the biggest challenge to all of us. And the next big energy is going to be hydrogen. On the periodic table, unfortunately, as a chemist, I can tell you, when Mendeleev was making periodic table, none of us knew where to keep hydrogen. The most confused atom on the periodic table, whether you want to put it at the beginning or at the end. But it's going to be saving the planet for the next 100 years, hopefully. The kind of hydrogen economy we're building with blue, green, and what colors we have. Certainly green hydrogen will dominate how we build our hydrogen capacity for SCO member countries and share the knowledge. It is not that I have knowledge I will not share with you, but the hydrogen energy, how you produce and how we share with member countries is very critical. I also would like to convey to my friends from other countries, India is going to be a 100 years independent nation in 2047. At that point of time, most of you would be diplomats in your own countries. You're all in AF 30, 35. When you go back and after 25 years, you become diplomats of your country. You become science leaders. I urge my Indian friends, keep in touch with your counterparts whom you met now and keep the relation so that the purpose of this meeting, building science for diplomacy, is fulfilled. Science needs to be shared, technologies need to be shared, and wealth has to be shared. Planet belongs to all of us. I do believe that the friends who have discussed for the last 5 days on various themes certainly have chosen the right problems. And as my colleague Arvind mentioned in the beginning, we are very happy to give joint calls across the member nations and see how you are connected forever. It's not that you come here, you spend 5 days, you had the hospitality, and then a new team of members will come next year to your country if you are hosting. I think this friendship should continue. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, India has the best tie-ups with all the countries today. For the last 8 to 10 years, the kind of diplomacy our Prime Minister has done to build a friendship network with all of you has been phenomenal. And we would like to take this friendship forward with science as a diplomatic tool and see that we all publish jointly together. We also develop technologies together, share the wealth, the minerals, what we have currently with all of us, and see that this planet is livable. If you look at some of the Indian energy requirements, India continues to depend on coal while we're also looking for alternate source of energy. Only 2 weeks ago, India has announced a $2 billion project for green hydrogen. So how this big program which India has launched will be taken forward with all the support of all the member countries. We also are worried about the cyber security. Likely all of you also are worried about the cyber security and how we can build robust platforms that the cyber security is protected. So we need to also engage ourselves in the cyber security. One thing which we as human beings cannot create on this planet is the land. We all know that the sea coast is eroding the land and land will be the challenge. So how we are going to build farming with less land, but food security is protected for all the 7.5 billion people who are living on this planet today. And maybe in 10 years or 20 years, we'll have 10 billion people on this planet. But remember, the land resources will come down. As urbanization increases, how we can do a vertical farming or how we get best variety of seeds that in a less land, you get more crop. We also would like to make sure that the nutrition gets top priority. Honorable Prime Minister also gave a call only a few months ago on life, the lifestyle for environment, which UN has taken up very seriously. Lifestyle begins from the day we get up from the bed to the time we sleep, and also during the sleep. What are the things we are doing? Either we do minimal or we don't do at all, so that every citizen contributes to the environment, starting from consumption of toothpaste, to the mosquito repellents, what we use before we sleep, to the kind of clothing we wear, to the kind of transport we use, the kind of carpooling we do, or how we can connect ourselves without traveling too much. Many things, including using biodegradable material for our day-to-day requirements. I think everything contributes to the global economy and also contribute to the environmental protection. We are committed by 2070, India becomes net zero, and some of you must have committed much before India has committed. Maybe some have not committed yet. But it's a responsibility that all of us commit for net zero, certainly by 2070, and see how we can make this planet a net zero planet, that we don't waste anything on this planet, everything is recycled. Certainly all of you would play a very important role as young researchers and future leaders. I wish all of you all the best, safe travels back home, but stay connected to us, and we are looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, so much for your kind words. I now invite Shri Joydeep Deb, Administrative Officer, Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research, to deliver his word of thanks.
Thank you, sir. I think I can start now, sir. I can start now. Though they were not there, but I'll still take their name. Dr. Chandrasekhar, who has just left, our Secretary DST, President of JNCASR, Professor G. Kulkarni, delegates and coordinators from member states of SCO, DST officials, faculty members of JNCASR, officers, staff, students, and my dear friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. It is an honor for me to convey the words of thanks on this occasion and acknowledge the wholehearted support of those who made this event possible and a success. To begin with, we must thank Government of India for bringing this SCO-YSC to Bengaluru, which gave JNCASR the opportunity to host this conclave. Our gratitude and heartfelt thanks to Dr. Jitendra Singh, Minister of State, Independent Charge for Science and Technology. On behalf of JNCASR, our hearty regards and profound thanks to our patron for this conclave, Dr. Shrivari Chandrasekhar, Secretary DST, for providing this opportunity to the center to organize such a prestigious event on behalf of the ministry. I also thank Secretary DST for gracing the occasion today as part of the valedictory ceremony. We also thank Shri Damu Ravi, IFS Additional Secretary, Ministry of Externals, Government of India. I take this opportunity to thank and express our appreciation to SCO coordinators and the delegates from member countries for being present here, and those who joined online during the days of the conclave, which started on February 6, 2023 at JNCASR campus. We thank officials from MEE, Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs, and DST, Department of Science and Technology officials of International Cooperation Division, headed by Dr. S.K. Vashni, advisor and head, for their constant support in the conduct of this event at JNCASR. They helped us in obtaining the necessary administrative approval for organizing the event in our campus. They supported in all possible manner to organize this conclave. I thank President of JNCASR, Professor G. Kulkarni, for meticulously planning this event and constantly guiding the organizing team before the start of the event and also during the conduct of the event. Now I would like to thank the convener, Dr. Ravi Manjithaya from MBGU JNCASR, Co-Convenor Dr. Pralay Santra from SENSE, officers, administrative and technical staff, including audiovisual team, our housekeeping staff, garden staff, security, electrical, civil staff of JNCASR, who worked round the clock to plan this event. I cannot thank everyone enough for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed for the conduct of the conclave. Actually, they have worked much beyond duty hours and even worked late hours of the night also, so that the program goes off smoothly. Center is thankful of the organizing team and the support staff in spite of little initial challenges. Thank you all for making this event a successful one. Now I'd like to thank a special group of people. A special thanks to the dear students, volunteers, who have worked tirelessly and with enthusiasm since last 15 days. Be it coordinating with the delegates or with the officials or with the event management team or with the catering team, they were there everywhere to ensure that no point is missed out and no loopholes are there. Actually, we have been fortunate enough, I repeat, actually we have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated student volunteers. Thanks to all of you. At the end, I would also like to thank the interpreter, catering team, event management group, liaison and hospitality team, and others who got associated with us during the course of the event. We value your contribution towards the success of this event. Once again, thanks to all of you for making this event successful. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Ravi Manjithaya to take over.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sri Joydeep, for your kind words. Because of initial lack of time, we were not able to play the video, so we will play the video now.
Satpayev University is the oldest Kazakhstani university, the leader of the region in the field of technical education, provides the best education for the engineering and political elite of Kazakhstan. Satpayev University was founded in 1934 in the south of Kazakhstan in Almaty as a mining and metallurgy institute. Now it is the leader among the technical universities of the country, the first to receive international institutional accreditation in the European Association of Universities and ABET in the field of metallurgy. More than 8,000 students study here the most demanded majors of the 21st century in all areas of production, acquiring strong theoretical preparation, practical skills, and real experience in production. Satpayev University is the only Kazakhstani university with the status of National Research Technical University. Satpayev University works with more than 100 universities around the world, from the USA, France, Germany, South Korea, Turkey, Italy, and many others. 88 scientific projects totaling more than 3 million euros are being conducted today at the university. Since 2020, Satpayev University has been participating in the international project Accessory, funded by Erasmus+, providing an innovative infrastructure for cooperation between students, researchers, and teachers of Kazakhstani and European universities. Scientific achievements and high-quality education are not the only advantage of Satpayev University. It is also located in an ideal location for gaining a new experience. Kazakhstan is a dynamic and exciting country located at the junction of Europe and Asia, combining rich nature and history with technical achievements. Almaty, the city where the university's campus is located, is one of the 100 best cities for students. There is a relatively low cost of living, rich financial and IT infrastructure, and a magnificent view of the Trans-Ili Alatal Mountains visible from anywhere in the city. It is a city of perfect size, big and historical enough to impress, but at the same time compact, friendly, and safe. It is a great place to live, study, work, and tourism. Satpayev University is the best Kazakhstani technical university that will expand your view of the world and will lead you to the new opportunities.
You also want to say something? I request Valeria from Russia to come and say something. We also have a video request. I'm overwhelmed actually. We are supposed to stay on time and finish this vote of thanks at this point of time, but I see such warm gesture from everybody wanting to showcase their things. Thank you so much, Mr. President. So you can come. There's a mic here.
Is it work? Okay. So I just would like to say that, yes, we also prepared some small video. It was done for the Day of Russia, and I hope you will really enjoy it.
Thank you very much. No word of thanks is complete with acknowledging everybody's contribution. And for that, I request Nabanita, Gua, our information officers to come on.
Thank you, Dr. Manjithaya, and good morning, good afternoon, everyone. So let us start meeting our actual team who were working with us through so many weeks now. So let us begin our review of the teams with first the DST team. They were really very supportive to us. So first, DST, I would like to extend a sincere thanks. Also, we would like to extend our sincere thanks to Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India for interfacing with different SCO member states so that this event could have been made seamlessly conducted in JNCASR. Also, our thanks are due to SCO country coordinators who have taken extra effort to make sure that participants, young scientists are represented from most of the member states. And Ms. Diliara from Kazakhstan, Mr. Wong Kong from China, Ms. Valeria from Russia, and Mr. Nazarov from Uzbekistan, and Dr. Arvind Kumar from India. I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks. No event will be successful without its core people, that is the participants. And our young scientists from the member states have joined us both online, and many of them have come offline and in person and traveled a long distance to make sure that they represent their country and their research with us and build a network with the other member state researchers. So a big thanks to them, so that we look forward to building a strong regional cooperation between member states in coming days. Their insightful interactions and enthusiastic participation really made this event a memorable one for all of us. Our sincere thanks to Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh, who has extended his presentation of inaugural address and given us a valuable direction for this conclave. Thank you, sir. Our sincere thanks to our patron, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, Honorable Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, who has graced today's occasion and also has given valuable guidance to our young scientists today. Sir, your directions will surely help us to take further steps in building stronger research collaborations across nations. Our deep gratitude to Dr. S.K. Varshney, who is Advisor and Head, International Cooperation, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, for extending all support and direction for the administrative processes across ministries to come through and we conduct this conclave smoothly. So thank you so much, sir. Our deep thanks to also our President JNCASR, who has been a constant source of support, direction, and ensuring the smallest details for the conduct of this conference. Sir, your constant direction and working with us as one of us has boosted our morale of the whole team during the conclave. Thank you so much. Our organizing team has been also working seamlessly, being from JNCSR, DST, SENSE, the whole, across the organization, the communication was so seamless that you could experience that we could really sail through this whole thing seamlessly. So first coming, I would like to thank Dr. Ravi Manjithaya from JNCSR, Dr. Pralay Tantra from CENS, Bangalore, Mr. Joydeep from JNCASR. Dr. Arvind Kumar from DST, Dr. Mehak Garg from DST, and Mr. Debabrata Chattopadhyay from Ministry of External Affairs has been a really source of strength and guidance. Thank you so much, sir. Our administrative support team from JNCASR, which included Mr. Srinivasan, Dr. Nandakumari, A.N.J. Chandra, M.V. Narayan, Sampath Patra, and Dr. Prince Pereira were really had put in so much of effort for making everything together. Now coming on to the next set of team, which has really been very hardworking throughout the days. So many people might have worked for 24 hours. So these are the people. Let's give a big round of applause. Thank you so much, dear students. Thank you. Our next group of students are from cultural group who gave such a beautiful beginning of this whole conclave. A special thanks to them. If they're there, thank you. Thank you. Deepam, Sakshi, Priyadarshini, Priyesh, Sucheta, Yash. Also, there is a whole set of staff, support staff team from President's Office, audiovisual team led by Mr. Srinath and Srinivas. The whole team who is here, thank you so much. The flower arrangement and the garden you can see from led by Mr. Jairamaya. My own staff members from library, Mr. Nagesh, Shubha, Rajiv, Manjuna, Shruti, thank you so much. The state office people, Mr. Mahadevan, Viresh, Nadigar, thank you so much. Electric department, Sujit and his team. Housekeeping, Mr. Basavraj, Muniraj and his support team. Security, Mr. Chandrasekhar, Damodar, Nagesh, Manjunath, Varghese and security staff. Thank you so much, one and all. Also, we had external support teams for hospitality, Mr. Singh's team, ATHRS, Mr. Siren, Arunima, and student volunteers from Christ College. Thank you so very much. Mr. Mukul Sharma and our Chinese language interpreter has been a big source of support for all of us. Thank you so much. And Mr. Rachel and his team of caterers have been serving us beautiful dishes throughout this conclave. Thank you so much, Mr. Rachel. The website development team led by Ms. Pramila and her team from Baby Insight, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Dr. Manjithaya.
Okay, before we say bye-bye, I have to correct one slip that occurred. In the excitement of getting the valedictory function going, I forgot to thank the session chairs for the last theme. So let me correct this. May I please invite Professor Ishwar Murthy to collect the token of appreciation for chairing the session, and also on behalf of Sebastian Peter to come and please collect it. This one is for you, and the next one is for Professor Sebastian Peter, who is not here. Thank you so much. Okay, last three, you can open and check. You need not give it to him also. He will not tell. Last three things, as a very kind gesture from Professor Indumati Rao, on behalf of the CNR Rao Education Foundation, there are books for all the participants. Yesterday, when you went to and visited the chemical exposition, you were all thrilled by it. So there are books for all the SCO-YSC participants on behalf of the CNR Rao Education Foundation. And two things that everybody has been looking for is a certificate of participation, and also the cover photograph that with the group photograph with everybody on it with the SCO-YSC conclave banner on it. that also is available. So all these three things, do not forget to collect it from the reception that is waiting outside. That concludes the conclave. We wish you, on behalf of JNCASR and everybody associated with this, we wish you all the best with your future endeavors. Have a very safe trip back home. And now, may I request you to join us, for those people in present here, to join us for lunch, and those who are online to enjoy their food at their home. Namaste.
Let us give a big round of applause to Ravi and team. Kudos, Ravi. Nabonita, Pralay, Arvind ji, Mayank ji, thank you very much. Thank you. Have a safe trip back home. Thank you.
They left. Sorry, make sure you take your laptop and your belongings. If you want to leave it here, it's fine. Otherwise,